Turkey is a country that straddles Asia and Europe geographically, culturally, and historically. It was part of the Hellenic Kingdom, then became the easternmost annex of the Christian Roman Empire that gave way to the Islamic Caliphate. Here's a documentary of my travels in Turkey, starting with a pilgrimage spot, Konya. There is a statue of Nasiruddin Hoja in front of the Ankara railway station. Every country that has been influenced by the Turks knows of this wise man's teachings imparted through simple and often comical anecdotes from his life. We are going to visit Konya today. The superfast train reaches there in about 2 hours. The landscape is barren for the most part. The salt lake Tuz Gölü is close by. We can see mounds of salt being purified, ready to be carted to all of Turkey. Konya used to be the capital of the Seljuk Empire in the 13th century. It has the Aladdin Mosque, built by the Seljuks, and the remains of the Seljuk Palace. The Seljuk religious school, Karatepe Medrese, is now the Ceramics and Tile Museum. Today, Konya is best known to be the epicenter of the Mevlevi Sufi order. Sufism is the mystical wing of Islam. There are several Sufi orders in Turkey. Some of the others are the Qadiri, the Naqshbandi, the Bairami. We are in the Sufi lodge, the Tekkesi, and are seeing aspects of a Sufi's life. His banner, his cap, the coconut shell begging bowl he uses when he is traveling as a mendicant, the community kitchen, the novice on his pelt. A collection of musical instruments are shown with life-size figures using them. The ney or wooden flute is the main instrument in a Sema music ensemble. Its plaintive tone represents the yearning of the human soul for its beloved. In most of the rooms we read the words, Ya Hazrat Maulana, O respected master. Maulana or Mevlana means our master, which is how the followers of the mystic Jalaluddin Rumi addressed him. Born in Afghanistan in 1207 CE, he travelled to Persia, where he met his master Shams-e-Tabriz in Tabriz. Many poems of love and adoration in the Mesnavi, that is Rumi's book, are addressed to Shams, but they are also an inner dialogue with the soul. After Shams passed away, Rumi settled in Konya. His son Sultan Walad started the order in his name. The mausoleum, which has Rumi's, Walad's, and many other Sufi masters' tombs, is a breathtaking sight. The inner chamber has colorful glass lamps hanging from the ceiling. The walls are decorated with calligraphy and patterned tiles. The tombs dominate the centerpiece, each one with a turban at the head. The Sema or dervish dance was taught by Rumi. The white flowing gown represents the shroud, and the conical hat is the tombstone. A man's petty self must die so that he can be reborn in divine communion. As the dervish whirls, his arms are extended outwards. The right palm points up and the left down. His head is tilted to the right and his eyes are fixed on his left hand. This is how he receives heaven's gift in his right hand and channels it down to the earth with his left hand. Mevlevi Sufism teaches tolerance, forgiveness, love for all human beings. Rumi's poems, even in translation, are moving and inspirational. On December 17th, dervishes congregate in Konya for the annual Mevlana festival.